1250 The Zone.
And he shoots a mid-range jumper pretty well. And I just think he had a bad night. It's not because we came up with some new defense or we were fantastic on defense. We have to be very careful about that. It's nothing to be satisfied about. When we get up to Utah, the balls will fall for them. So we'll have to play a lot better.
Pop, on TV tonight, they showed an exchange with you and Tony right, I guess, at the end of the third quarter where you had to do some convincing to get him out of the game. Just what did that say about Tony, the fact that he wants to stay in there and play at all times like that?
Well, you don't want to lose your conditioning, and I don't want to get him hurt. So when you have a game like this, it's always a struggle between keeping someone in shape and not letting them get hurt. And we all go through it. And he wanted to get he wanted to get the whole quarter, but we compromised, and I gave him 2 more minutes. But he's been special for us all year, obviously, and we've got to keep him ready to go. And that doesn't mean sit him and put him in a bubble. He's still got to play to some degree.
Greg, as good as this was, as a team, you guys have to remind yourselves, and I know it's obvious, but Game 3 that's kind of the series changer, and it'll be on the road, and the 30-point plus victory, and that goes out the window as soon as you play it.
We don't look at what game it is. The first game's pretty important, and the second game's important, and so on and so forth. You just can't think that way. You want to play as well as you can every night, and you win or you lose, and you worry about the next game. Let it go. And we won't take any great satisfaction from this game because we know that they had a poor night, and that's not going to happen very often.
What is it about Kawhi to make that makes him seem so comfortable in this stage as a rookie, would you say?
So he is.
It was a fantastic game. The starters were impressive from minute 1. They did a great job. They built a lead very early in the game. And then we just kept playing. But Tony, Tim, Danny, Kawhi, Boris, so the starting group were fantastic today and played a very good game.
You talk about Kawhi later a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to choose one of the starting five because they all played great. Everybody did their jobs. Today, Danny and Kawhi had the opportunity to score. They were a little more open today. Tony was great finding them. Boris did a great job defensively. He was very solid. Tony was Tony. So, great overall performance. So, very, very happy about it.
When you have a win like this in the playoffs, it seems to come so easily. Is there a danger about being too wrapped up in that?
Yes, it's always dangerous. Sometimes even if you talk about it, your head plays games and you can't control it. So it's going to be very important to focus, to be ready for Game 3 because they're going to play even harder. They're going to be at home with a great atmosphere there, and they're going to be fired up. So we hopefully don't relax and keep fighting from minute 1 to the 48.
Was there kind of an emphasis going in that maybe jump on them early and kind of put them in a hole? So
no, what we talk about it was that usually after a loss the other team reacts and fights even harder and everything gets clogged up. And so we talked about being focused and starting minute 1, playing well and aggressively. As I could tell, the guys did an awesome job. They really brought it, and sometimes after a win like the other day, it's not easy to start that shot, and they did. So it was a wonderful game.
With the big lead at half, did the Clippers-Memphis game from the other day come up? Did that into your mind? The team has a big lead.
No, not really. We at least we didn't think about it. We were just focusing on ourselves, trying to keep playing, get better, and do our thing. No, at least I didn't think about it.
That's totally Pop's call on that. I know Thiago is ready. He worked it out this morning and felt like he could play. Obviously, we had the game in hand. He don't want to risk anything further going on, so it was a good rest for him in another couple of days and be ready to go.
You guys had a 20-year-old rookie and 24-year-old Danny Green kind of setting the tone early in a playoff game. Is that something that would have boggled the mind if you'd have heard that?
You know what? They played great. They really set the tone early on. I think Tony was the one that kind of set the table for him. Though he really drew the defense, found up with some shots. Those guys were playing defense real well and getting some stuff in the open court. But bottom line, we as a team we moved the ball real well. And those guys made shots for us. It's great for it when it comes from all kinds of different areas.
Could you just talk about what Tony did to adapt? They're going under all the screens and switching most of the game.
Yeah, continued to be aggressive. I don't think he changed his game that much. He continued to be aggressive. He found people when he had to, took shots when he had to. He's pretty much nothing new can be thrown at him right at this point. He's kind of seen just about everything. So he's going to adapt his game on the fly, and obviously he played very well.
When you have a big win like this early in the playoffs, is there any danger of letting that?
Absolutely. From game to game, there's always danger of letdowns. I think we're a veteran squad, and we understand that that's a possibility. We're going to fight against that, but there's no promises in any way. I know Pop is real antsy about that, about us coming out and getting jumped on. But we understand that, so we're going to continue to prepare and come out and hopefully play well.
The last 2 weeks I didn't play a lot, and after game 1 I had 3 days off, and after this one I have another 3 days off, and I felt like, to stay in rhythm, I just wanted to play a little bit more because I felt like I didn't play a lot lately, so just wanted to stay a little bit because I knew I was not going to play in the fourth quarter.
How adamant was Pop to try and keep you out?
Oh no, he said, okay, I'll give you 2 more minutes. Just a quick conversation. After the next time out, 2 minutes left, then I went out.
Tony, is this the best you guys played for 48 minutes? Seems like you hit the rhythm from the tip-off to the end of the game.
Yeah, I thought we moved the ball great. Our shooters were making shots. Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard played great tonight. And when they shoot the ball like that, it helps us a lot. And defensively, I thought we did a good job controlling the boards. Utah didn't shoot the ball well, so helped us. So I'm sure in game 3 they're going to play a lot better, and they're going to be at home, and they're going to have a lot more energy and confidence, so it's going to be a little bit different. But for tonight overall, defensively and offensively, we played a good game.
Tony, you were young once in this game, and you talked about Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green. Just go a little bit further on what your thoughts were about those guys, as they were just playing terrific tonight.
First of all, I was happy for them. First playoffs. You don't know how they're going to react and how they're going to come after a good first win. And I thought they handled the win pretty well. They came back and very aggressive. Kawhi and Danny shot the ball very well and played great defense.
Did you share any of your experiences, or when you first started here with the Spurs, that maybe they could use tonight?
No, not really. Kawhi and Danny, they just all season long, they just figure out how to handle situations and how to play the game, and they fit our Spurs system perfectly.
Tony, the Jazz said that they were going to play a little bit differently, be a little more aggressive. Did you notice that?
Yeah, they were aggressive. In the first half, they were really aggressive and playing hard, and it was different from game 1. But they were not shooting the ball well, so that didn't help them. And I thought defensively we played pretty good, and we matched their energy.
Tony, is the mindset basically, you guys have held serve at home, so now they're going to go back and try and do the same back in Utah?
Oh, definitely. Every time you play at home, you're going to play a little bit better, and you're going to play with a little bit more energy, and they're going to shoot the ball a little bit better, that's for sure. So we're going to have to make sure we're ready. In Salt Lake, it's always tough over there. They're still a very physical team, and we can't let down. We have to still do all this stuff that made us successful, and we have to control the boards, and that's tough. In the first quarter, even the first half, we had a hard time to control them, and so in Utah, it's going to be even harder.
Tony, is Danny Green a guy who's been cut in the NBA? Has he surprised you, and how well he's played?
Definitely, he definitely surprised me. We didn't expect nothing from him at the beginning of the season, and Manu went down, and Pop had to go on his bench, and Danny Green took the challenge, and he played great all season long. He was very consistent, and it just added another good player in our team, make us even deeper. And Pop sticking with him, in the starting 5, and every challenge he's been answering, he's been playing well.
Tony, they cut it down to about 5 late in the second quarter, and you guys hit them on a 20-0 run that kind of blew the game out. I wonder if you could just talk about that, how it changed the game around, and was that maybe as good as you guys have played during this 12-game streak that you got with wins?
The reason they came back is because we had a hard time to control the boards. They were going hard at it, and that's how they came back in the game. But after that timeout, and a special pop, screaming at everybody got in the boards, and we played better defense and got us going.
And could you talk about Pop, the Coach of the Year? He got one this year at the beginning of the game. Can you talk about that? What it means to you as a person, as a player for him?
I was very happy, very proud of him, well deserved. He did a great job this year, and it's always nice to see your coach win the award. And I was very happy for him. I've been with him all those years, so I was happy.